Normally, I don't talk about stuff relating to my job, but since this is a universal concept, I think it's about time for a rant. In my line of work, I talk to many different people of many different age ranges. But when it comes to the elderly people, there is one thing I am sick to fucking death of hearing. Whenever I suggest something technological as a solution to a problem with their technological phone, I often hear either, "I don't know anything about that, I'm old school," or "I'm too old to do anything like that." When I hear either one of those phrases, or anything similar, what I really hear is, I am incapable of evolving. You know what happened to all the species of creatures that couldn't evolve? They went extinct. They died out. They are no longer on this planet anymore. Stop using your old age as an excuse to be lazy and not learn how to adapt in our technology-heavy era we're in. I'm 34 years old, about to be 35 in June. While I'm not anywhere near the age range of the people I'm referring to, I'm not what you'd consider a spring chicken by any means. I grew up during a time period where we didn't have all this technology and internet-heavy reliance. But you know what I did? I adapted with the times and evolved. The only excuses you have in this day and age to not be at least technologically literate is if you're either Amish or a hermit that lives out in the wilderness. If you're old and of sound mind, you've got no fucking excuse. Now, if you're old and have some kind of mental and/or physical handicap, that is also understandable. But if it's to the point where you can't even learn how these technological things work, i.e. a severe mental condition like Alzheimer's, you should be in some sort of hospice care without any debate. I know the idea of not being able to live on your own and take care of yourself is soul-crushing, but it's just a fact of life and reality that you're going to have to deal with when it comes. I don't want to hear this lazy-ass garbage excuse from elderly people that are still of sound mind that claim they only use their phones for talking and texting, sometimes only just for talking, yet they have an expensive and fancy smartphone rather than a basic flip phone. If you want to have a device that is the standard of the time, then you better learn how the fuck to use it on a proficient level. But I've worked all my life and have lived a long life, so I've earned the right to be lazy and not conform with the times. Bull fucking shit you have! You may have earned a lot of things for working hard for 20 plus years and living a long life, but shutting yourself off from the technological reality of our modern world isn't one of them. The way I see it, if you want to continue living out the rest of your years in our modern world, you better be ready to adapt to the modern world. Until you are no longer of sound mind and or body or are deceased, you're going to have to deal with the reality that the modern world is technology heavy, and stop using your old age as a crutch to not have to learn something new. You either evolve and adapt or you die. It's that simple. The Great Exposer has spoken.